Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for the third week of March in today's weekly challenges on Gran Turismo 7. The race must go on from Wednesdays to Friday to have 5 events will be going in. Here we have Sunday Cup Classic at Tsukuba Circuit along with Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600 at Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit. But there's going to be having a one-make race category to have Tourist Trophy for a limited time online event at the Nürburgring Sprint is now going to be brand new by using the first, second, and third generation Audi TTS. This will be very much more fun and very interesting to have a good part to have a new kind of an event. And plus, American Clubman Cup 700 at Trail Mountain Circuit along with High Speed Ring in the World Touring Car 800 to get 5 events in rewards at once to be doing with 2 types of credit ticket in 100,000 and 200,000 GT credits plus a 5-star roulette ticket to get 3 of them at once before the start of the new date schedule. Hope I'm about to be ready because this will have to take one segment will be going in on real cars only, plus the WTC 800 will be eligible to be welcome at any time. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's new weekly challenges. Let's begin. Alright folks, Friday is here and this is going to be our biggest moment out there to be entered for only 5 events but only available by 6 days to go remaining. Since last week when we're racing at Suzuka Circuit for the European Clubman Cup 600, but the next week we might have to keep a good watchful eye out on WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550. Everything is going brand new and challenges to go swap around to have every 5 events. We'll be doing some new ways and the usual to have a main part to go for only one competition and main objective to be finished in 3rd place or higher. So suggested performance point might have to go in 350, so I have to go and choose the Renault R4 GTL 1985 since last time when we're racing at Osage Village for the one-make category. When it comes to have classic road car, new challenges awaits us before entered at Tsukuba Circuit for the number of laps will go by 3. That's why I'll have to be sticking to the classic road car to have the first one in this segment, and that's why one opponent will give one important tip about the Renault R4 GTL or any kinds of various classic road car throughout the main content update. Here we have Arthur Mosso for only one tip. I'm Arthur Mosso from Brazil. The Renault R4 I'll be riding in today as an international bestseller. A versatile economy car, it is considered to be the world's first hatchback. Released in 1961, its 30-year plus production run netted more than 8 million units in sales. It's all about the Renault R4 GTL is the best-selling road car to be made in France since the 1980s to go by mid-year. But very good tip from Arthur Mosso, very much more vintage, classic, and first ever 4-door hatchback that give a good FF drivetrain in style. Almost forgot to have some few other part preparation before the race will get started. I just stopped by at the tuning shop to get everything to be purchased on full control computer, followed by high RPM with racing intercooler, racing air filter, exhaust manifold to go on racing type, brake system to go by drill disc, pads is now being checked, and of course, that's it for now. Gonna have to go calculate performance, double check, 397.47 is good to go, then let's roll. He'll have to give one sole car to make it much more average and faster to get the Renault 4 to see how it works perfectly to climb up on 11 opponents to have some different road cars in Classic. Here it goes. Take the first hairpin on turn 1. Got to overtake Pacadet and Essilon. Here comes the second turn, then pull the brake on turn number 3. Classic and well vintage. That's how the world's most best-selling hatchback from the 1980s still need to have some adjusted parts to go increased by a matter of efficiency. But there goes the third hairpin. Got to go right, going understeer and smooth sailing. Okay, there's H Hunter followed by with the rest of the drivers. But a lineup overtake as I just go right up ahead. Okay, got a good eye behind from I. Curtis to be shown on the radar. First lap down, entered lap number 2. That's 1 minute, 18.586 seconds to keep a good smooth sailing to have a FF drivetrain to go in classic motion. Just gonna have to keep a good smooth driving and pizzazz. I hope Arthur actually tried to keep up because I'm using the same Renault 4 for this part of the first run, and that's why classic road car to this day for only one classic addition to the Sunday Cup. He's being dropped down to position 8. Pacadet is on the 7. Got to take the third hairpin to go on the right. Okay, gonna have to keep my mind up. Good thing I just took 1 drink of green tea to calm myself down, reduce a lot of stress, and get my mental well-being to be well under control. Third sector. Got to take that smooth right. That's why I'm using soft compound tires in sports category. We'll be doing the main course and get it well improved. But there goes the final lap. This is it. By the new record I took is 1 minute, 16.991 seconds in the Renault R4. A very good classic remarkable road car to this day to have one family hatchback vehicle to keep a good well contingency and embrace the line on corners in the track. That's why necessarily parts will be a bit helpful, and that's why the only main suggested to get this done. Looks like the classic road car are still actually trying to keep up, as Lucas Bornelli is currently to be on the 3rd position by attempting to overtake I. Curtis on position number 2. Third sector, here I go. Just make that good FF Classic to stay on the line and touch the apex towards the finish line on the podium. There you go. First green check mark is done. First place just came smooth and average. That's why only one best FF hatchback vehicle to be need to have some certain parts to go by under 4 minutes. Here's my total time is 3 minutes, 51.391 seconds as I took a new update record on lap number 3, 1 minute, 15.814 seconds with parts installed. That's why you guys really might need to get your experience on the Renault R4 is all about the world's most finest vintage hatchback vehicle in the mid-80s. That's 37,500 GT credits, clean race by the bonus, and new driving marathon in 4.2. But there you go, 100,000 Gran Turismo credits and progress to be added for the full walkthrough as an encore. Now for the replay to have a part of the weekly challenges, just to let you know. Just wait for the image to go skipping anywhere. I'll have to be preferred to have the middle part of the first lap. There you go. Right at the image on the Volkswagen Golf GTI first generation, then gonna have to save a replay by exit. So, one new event is already finished to be claimed in first. Now, the rest of the 3 events plus one of them to go by having a special event for having a roll-on tourist trophy. Let's go to Mount Panorama for Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600 to be finishing up in 3rd place or higher. And for the next vehicle pick, if I had to go by the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR SCP 1999 or the Lancer Evolution 9 MR GSR 2006. For starters, I just recently got 5 of the Dispenser Camp fan art livery is now being good to go to be entered on regulation. Maybe I'll have to go by the Land Evo 6 with Dispenser Camp livery Hunter in it. Driving strategy for all-wheel drive challenge 600 and Mount Panorama for only 2 laps. Yesterday, a new episode of Dispenser Camp was actually to be having a same part of the challenge back from Season 2 in the first episode, but this time it's going to be very different to have a triathlon to have the first part on bicycle, then second, dive down from the cliff, then swim towards the shore, and then the third one is running on foot. Sounds like very good to have some same element and different part as well for the 3rd season. But in the end, that was so shocking sad to see how Hunter barely got booted up. Game over for him, and I just felt a little bit panicking that I just almost barely saw how Hunter just barely got booted up, that he needs to get himself head in the game. But I just really get my head in the game, so I just have to be focusing on the track and using different car itself. So the first turn is clear, then just bring this Dispenser Camp fan art livery represent to Hunter in the first position podium. First sector clear, now going uphill on sector 2. Overtake the Nissan R33 Skyline GTR is on the 8th. There's Mikhail Hisal on the 6th. Going up on turn 3. Keep that line steady and lighter, then commit. There you go. Strategy plays out for an all-wheel drive Land Evo 6. That's how clean racing is all about. But I know this is why I just really have to see how the reaction of Fiore if she gets booted up from the camp, but she is still going to be the most strongest player in the 3rd season. But I can't wait to find out for the new episode in 2 weeks. Just have to sit back and wait and see how it turns out to be very differently to see the new one, or probably just have to come up with it to have some creative ideas for the next challenge. Okay, going up on second, just have to be patient, then overtake Jonathan Wong and give him a warm welcome to have one Dispenser Camp livery with Hunter. That's why I just really might need to have a different JDM car for next week by using the Subaru BRZ-S 2021 with Ali in it. Okay, downhill is cleared on sector 3. Already in sector 4. This Land Evo 6 is very specialty to be well used, just like Dan on the Land Evo 5. But the title might have to be referred to be well placed on the rear, as Hunter was robbed and should have won the season by $3 million. That's why Season 3 of Dispenser Camp All-Stars is now having $3 million instead of $1 million from Season 1 and 2. I know, several fans just really think about the characters and All-Stars was being robbed and should have won the season. But the final lap is already here, just gonna have to play out and drive all-wheel drive motion to stay in the line. Okay, that's very good on turn 3 and 4. Take that elevation up. Faster lap time in 2 minutes, 29.564 seconds. Just go in slow motion, and the settings is now being perfectly organized and recommended by the range. I'm always have to go by over 600 performance point by suggested. This could go more decent and will more perfectly balance of performance. But please viewers, I just really don't want to make the same mistake just like Hunter did when he got hit by a tree when riding on the bike. That could be having a shocking moment just like the first episode from Season 2 when Allie needs to get focused. But with all due respect, it all comes together to have the same pattern from Season 2 and Season 3 to have some different element per each contestant. But I know, I just really love the moments, and I just really gonna have to keep watching this over and over again. Just slow and steady. Still on the third gear. Got to go up in 4. Final turn. This is it. Stay on the line and full stretch towards the checker flag to have a good podium finish. And there you go, folks. One Dispenser Camp Fan Art Livery on the Land Evo 6 is cleared on the check. Check mark number 2 is now being completed, and 3 more to go. I can hardly wait to have the Tourist Trophy to go for a special event. Now on to the final outcome result in race number 2. 4 minutes, 55.267 seconds, and faster lap time on number 2 is 2 minutes, 25.703 seconds. Strategy and all-wheel drive performance to go for only one single matter to have a good first position on the goal. That's 30,000 GT credits to go usual, and 15.3 miles to have some 2 attempts to be road skip, and I just need to get myself to be a hold of it whenever I had to get focusing on the game. Now for the replay, gonna have to go skip by any parts. For instance, I just really might need to have the Land Evo 6 and Land Evo X in the final edition. Just hang on, folks. Just have to go there and pause. That should do perfect image and up, then exit, then save. Alright. Folks, this will be a very good Tourist Trophy moment. 3rd generation, 2nd, and 1st Audi TT Coupe is about to be ready to go for having one special event at the Nürburgring. Despite the changes, and parts will be required to be heading up on race number 3 to have a very good special event for only 3 laps. In the description, experience the history of Ingolstadt in the showdown between different models of Audi's TT series. 3 TT road cars to be having a first on the 2003 Coupe 3.2 Quattro, along with the TTS Coupe as a 2nd generation in the 2009 model. The 2014 model as a 3rd generation is now being labeled regulation to be specified to have one of the 3 Audi TT cars. Only 3 laps, 12 cars to have 3 generation, and 1 first position to get 50,000 Gran Turismo credit for a limited time only. So I got 3 first generation, then 2nd on the 2nd generation TTS Coupe, and 1 3rd generation in the 2014 model. So I'll have to choose and go for the first generation to have the TT Coupe 3.2 Quattro 2003 with a Total Drama livery as a redonkulous race variation, Tammy. But I just got everything to be set and go on details to have some parts will be installed before enter the race. All you might need to do to choose any installed parts to be heading up to the tuning shop to have some few other upgrades and will apply to have tires to go well grip and equipped it to have the Sports Soft compound tires, and then you're good to go. It's been a while to have all of my Total Drama liveries in this segment to have one participate in weekly challenges. That's why I just really might need to have a return of the comeback since having a celebration on Vision Total Drama Real Car Series. But the celebration that gave a good introduction to be on Real Car Racing along with Race Car to have the same type of Total Drama fan art liveries. Alright, here we go folks. Everyone is here on the grid to have the first, second, and third generation to the TT Coupe. Tourist Trophy is in the go. Let's have myself to get prepared and embrace it for the first generation to go behind in 12. Got to make sure to have the traction wheel set in 1. Total gap distance will be going organized and will prepare to have 12 seconds around. First turn check. Got to keep it steady on turn 2. Go a little bit faster and more respawn handling. Okay, gonna have to keep a good watchful eye and attempt to pass to do the outside on Igor Fraka. He's on the first generation, then Q Jabot is on the second. But I'm talking about 3 generations of Audi TT cars and few other drivers on the grid. That's more like it. Coming around on turn 5 clear, make a good committing on turn 6, overtake Joel's position, then going on the Warsteiner curve in turn 7. Switching up the traction and turning out by 0. Okay, Coque Lopez is slowing down. Now's my chance to overtake, then going onward at the chicane. If possible, just install low or medium turbocharged RPM for the first generation Audi TT Coupe. Very well efficiency to face up with the second generation and third generation TTS, but very much more faster and well challenging to catch up to have some few other opponents by around in 3 laps. But I hope it does. Might have to take some few other parts. We'll get it well adjusted and much improved. Got to do the same pattern. Got to catch up on Giorgio Mangalo and by Kodata. Okay, coming in by the outside. Kodaka is on the 7. I had to get in there and do turn 5. There we go. Down to 7.7 to go. Angel Inestrosa on position number 6. Okay, gonna have to keep that traction and switch it back down to 0. More speed, more respawn, then commit around onto this turn. There's Jose Serrano. Just stay behind him and get back on the final turn. Final lap is going to be a main deadline for the first generation if I had to be finished in 3rd place or higher. Okay, this could be doing on 6th place. I had to get there and kick it up into high gear. The handling is giving me a tough time. Close call, and I almost barely had it. Yeah, this could be more tougher to be mastered the handling for the first generation TT 3.2 Quattro. Very much more good start out there, and still to do some basic. Okay, going side by side on Baulio Gallo. He's on the second generation TTS. Got to go offense, then go on the Ford. Steady turnaround as I see Takuma Minasono in position 3. He's slowing down. Now's my chance. Nibitani is on the second. Okay, gonna have to be finished in third place. That's how one ejected is the key. Okay, Kai de Berlin is finished in first. De Battani is on second, and I'm on the third. That's 200,000 Gran Turismo credit to be stopped at checkmark number 3. Just came in third. Only first generation is the tough basic starter of use. That's one attempt to have. Total time is 5 minutes, 8.867 seconds, and De Berlin's lap time on number 3. 1 minute, 43.446 seconds. But I still might have to do some more practice because of today's daily workout is about to go running out of time. That's 7 miles, and that could go in to have 32 miles to have 4-star roulette ticket. But there you go, 200,000 Gran Turismo credit to have a total of 300,000. Just have to wait for only 1 moment. Replay will have to go for capture thumbnail image. Just be patient and hold on. Okay, that's good. Just wait for the front view. There we go. First part of the replay needs to be saved, then restart on attempt 2. Well, I don't know, folks. Only the first generation to have some few installed parts with a medium turbocharged RPM. But another approach to have racing hard compound tires might give it a better grip. So if I had to purchase on medium or soft racing tires before doing on attempt number 2. That's why the best advantage during special event for only one tourist trophy to have 3 generation is what you need to have racing compound tires is about to go at the ready. So it's going up by the change in 573.56 performance point. Back on the track, let's go for attempt number 2 to have traction 1 to be in safety, racing soft tires check with performance to be well equipped, and go for the rematch. That's why first generation for starters will have to do some major attempts and drive harder if you can. So I'm going in for the outside. Got to stay on the apex, then overtake Coque Lopez's position to go up in number 11. Almost there to have the outside on turn 4. Got to stay behind on S. Nabitani. Here comes the second sector. Got to stay behind him, and he is pulling on the brake a little bit. Good call, good opening. Now for turn 6. Okay, gonna have to watch my 6. Go on the right at the Warsteiner curb. Third sector, moving up on the 7. I see Takuma Minasono. Got to brake well, carefully on the chicane. Got to stay behind him, and looks like a few other drivers are now changing up on the grid. Very good on the outside overtake. Going up on position 6 by entered lap number 2. So I had to keep a good eyes check. Lap time by the update to go by the final lap in number 3. Okay, close call. Back on the 6 and keep focusing on the 5th. There's Jose Serrano on the first generation, followed by Igor Fraga. Okay, let's go. Got to do the same pattern and well-balanced grip on the sub. Few parts and sports tire to have a better grip and motion in use. That's the ticket. Just 3 more to go. Okay, taking too much oversteer, so I had to keep a good eyes peeled check. Okay, Kodaka is on the lead. Looks like Heidi Berlin is back in first. There we go. Now, heading up to the final lap. This time, new lap record. We'll have to keep pushing all in. Let's go slipstream. D Berlin is going faster on the advantage. I had to stay on him. Third lap, gap distance to go up in about 1.9 seconds by the increase. A little bit way too much. Okay, back on 0.9 seconds. Got to dive in on turn 3. Do the inside. And just keep a good, decent inside as well. Okay, I'm not giving up without a single run. Alright, correction and check-in first. Faster lap time in 1 minute, 43.415 seconds. It's about time to see how the first generation Audi TT 3.2 Quattro is very original. But despite of all the attempts and practices to go harder, but the soft racing tires is the only best recommend in perfect use. Only one special event, and Tourist Trophy is the first ever debut to have this part of today's new weekly challenges. But try to keep a good proper balance to stay in all-wheel drive, folks. That's why Master 3 generation of Audi TT cars is very much more important to be racing on the track. That's their checkmark complete and update for having one main progression. So there you go, over 5 minutes to have 4.669 seconds, and the third lap by the update is 1 minute, 40.782 seconds. But Friday's weekly challenges to go for having a main right start before having Saturday will do something very extra. That's 75,000 Gran Turismo credits on the prize money and doubled by the clean race bonus in 50%. That's 53.2 miles at the end of the day and heading up to Saturday for having an early start. Alright, just give me a moment to have a replay on attempt number 2. Just have to go around on turn 3. Well, maybe that might have to be preferred like this one, and the second should be quite good enough. That's 2 replays in a row, and 1 attempt to have the second to be finished in first. Wow, just only 2 more races to go, and it's about to go. Early start to have Friday was very good, and Saturday is doing much more good. So let's go to Trial Mountain Circuit for the American Clubman Cup 700, and I'll have to be ready up and go for only 1 Dispenser Camp fan art livery on the Ford Mustang Boss 429 1969 with Ashley in it. So it's about to go harder, and well prepared to have some preparation to get some few other installed parts and tires to be equipped. I just had to go by high-end torque and racing intercooler update performance. Gonna have to go by racing muffler and give 1 Dart tuned Mustang to give it much more powerful and stronger. There we go. That's 635.11 performance points. Calculate, check, then enter. Another daily workout awaits me, folks. That's why I'm always have to go racing and express myself to have 1 decent attempt and challenges to see how different road cars for only 1 part of the content like this one. The race must go on from Wednesdays to Fridays or Saturday by having an early start. That's why I'll have to go by boat if I had to do it for only 1 part of the segment per day. Up I go. 1 Dispenser Camp livery and classic muscle car to be in the 12th position to go overtake around on the course, and having some concentration to embrace it and proper grip and use. Here comes the first turn. Got to overtake Adam Wilk in turn 2. Got to stay behind and catching up to the Corvette C2. There we go. So I had to brace myself. Gonna keep a good eye on Regalado in the blue Dodge Viper GTS with the white stripes, along with Daniel Solis in the same Viper. Alright, gonna have to keep that grip up and tight. The acceleration, then go more acceleration on the straightaway. Very good shortcut advantage on turn 8. Old fashioned and American racing fun. Alright, Adam Tapai is to overtake. There's a Felix in the Corvette 4th generation CR1. Got to keep the Ashley Mustang 429 to be on the main proper balance and stay in one piece. 3rd sector coming up. Got to make that next turn around on number 12. In about 4.1 seconds to catch up to M. Sargent in a Chevy Camaro. There they are right now. They're almost there to have the final turns to get in onto the left, then do the 90-degree turn on the right. So let's go ride like a bull and do a lineup overtake by the double. From 6th place and going up into 4. First lap down, proceed on lap number 2. Okay, A. Kajal is here on the 3rd. Feel much more tougher and concentrate lighter to be racing clean. Well, man, Just really have to be more careful to avoid contact on the 7th generation Corvette where Igor Fraga is currently driving. There you go. Now for Igor Fraga on straightaway number 2 at the 3rd tunnel. Got to go toughen up like Ashley did. Going stronger, faster, and be brave. So I'm going facing up with Daniel Solis in the red Dodge Viper, you guys. 3rd sector, currently in progress to be rolling out. Okay, that's very good to have the 13. Got to stay focused ahead on the Viper. One dispenser camp Ford Mustang will have to take the lead. Okay, gonna have to get in there and cue the slipstream by the final stretch at lap number 2. It's all in, 3rd lap, halfway mark. Yes, indeed, and one dispenser camp Ford Mustang represent Ashley is currently in the 1st podium position to get there until finishing up on the 5th. But only 2 more laps to go. It'll have to take some few other traction and motion balance to be around if anything goes to have one automatic and one for the manual transmission to be mastered and go expertise. So I had to stay on the main fort and well defend it to be around on total gap distance in about 3.2 seconds from Daniel Solis from position 2. Just like having a good time to have a long length of rodeo, one cruising around to have one Sierra Mountains in California. Okay, keep that good turn on number 9. Got to hop in to the interior view to give a better action. Just to let you guys know, because Dispenser Camp Fan Art Livery is now available on Gran Turismo 7 along with Season 1 and Season 2 characters, plus the Odd Nation Cartoons official livery edition to the Subaru BRZ GT300 2021. But there might be some planning to have myself with All-Stars variation coming soon. But the screenshot will have to take some time and be on the lookout on any of my social media platforms by my name. One task at a time, one activity at a time. So no sign of a new record. Just have to keep working on and have this main role of the practice to be on the main lap time challenges to be prioritized. Okay, keep that good turn on number 3, going back in the tunnel at turn 4. Okay, keep that good smooth turn on number 5, find a good line, and keep up the good faster work. So, it looks like Igor Fraga is still currently to be on the 3rd position to catch up to Daniel Solis. But A. Kajal is currently to stay focusing up ahead on 4th place to get there. But hold on, looks like it's a showdown between 2 Chevy Camaro SS is now being welcomed to have M. Sargent from position number 5. so I had to keep a good focus and drive tough to be proud and represent for Team Ashley on Dispenser Camp All-Stars. But I just really want her to stay in the full season. She just really had to win $3 million if she can probably have to be entered into the final 3. For my guess and prediction that Ashley fans really want her to be in the final 3 in All-Stars. But I don't know how am I supposed to see some different moments to be on the lookout. But all the moments will be leave it to you. So almost there, viewers. The 4th event in the penultimate is about to be over soon, as the 5th and final lap will be entered in. New record on set is 2 minutes, 7.958 seconds. Let's bring the Ashley Mustang Boss 429 home and just moving on to high speed ring in the World Touring Car 800. But I got one Dodge Viper GTS without a Group 3 car. Just only one road car to face up with Group 3 cars is going to be the best proud of nostalgia. But you know it, this will have to take one road car versus 19 Group 3 cars that you have to wait. But look at it go. Total gap distance behind is 15.1 seconds to go down update in 14.8 seconds. Daniel Solis is now going up a little bit more offense as he's already entered at turn 8. Keep that line up in turn 9. No stopping now. Final sector. Got to keep slowing down. Down the hill on the 13. And it's already late morning. Okay, let's go, go, go. Final stretch. Got to bring one Dispenser Camp fan art livery represent Ashley to be on the podium. And there you go. Green checkmark number 4 is complete. Cheers to the penultimate on events with road cars. Now, racing car will have to take it for the last. So I just really hope that 2 Dispenser Camp liveries, 1 TD fan art livery during this part of the segment, and of course 1 vintage road car from the mid-80s is very basic for having one amount of time. But only on race number 4 in American Clubman Cup 700, total time I took is 10 minutes, 47.651 seconds, and faster lap time on number 4 was recently is 2 minutes, 7.958 seconds. But always had to be stronger because 1 Ford Mustang and 1 female Dispenser Camp character as a cowgirl just like Ashley always had to be proud and strong. Only 135,000 Gran Turismo credit and clean race bonus to have 1 daily workout as a 4-star ticket. That's 2 in a row for this segment and just have to wait for only 1 more ticket to go. Just have to go by replay moment, and I have to be preferred to be on daytime. If I had to do on full daylight, that would be very good, and doing on the shade just like this one. Just have to pause a little bit more. Just have that scene right over here. There you go. Quick exit, then save a replay. High speed rain for race number 5 in WTC 800 is about to be ready to go faster in the competition. This will have to do one road car only to have a best performance to be serving as a race car type. That's why I'll have to go by choosing one of the best UDRS Insportec livery on the Dodge Viper GTS 2002, one with a blue with white stripe, and the second as a GTSR counterpart variation with white base and blue stripe. But I'll have to go by the GTSR counterpart variation to have my very own livery. Car settings is now being checked, along with racing intermediate and heavy wet. Let's do it, folks! One race of nostalgia, and facing up with 19 Group 3 cars, we'll be having 2 conditions on sunny day and wet in the rain. Very proud nostalgia and 6 turns on high speed rain for 20 laps. We'll be doing a faster of endurance by the short period of time. But 3rd place or higher is the only faster minimum requirement for every road car to be suitable as racing style variation. Just perfect, wonderful, and very courtesy by example if you really need to be focusing on 1st place. So I had to get myself prepared and do the 20th position at the get-go on rolling start. Let's have the fuel map to be set in lean 6, brake balance to be checked if possible, and then weather forecast we'll have to use on the radar in case of incoming rain. Sunny day I go, and do the first lap, we'll get started. Okay, gonna have to go by the 18th position. Got to let Adam Wilk to go first on turn 2. Keep the line up, do the pattern, then go by straightaway number 3. Here comes the S turns around on turn 3 and 4. Deaccelerate and having some good turns respond movement. I just done this for only once, and then I'll have to do it again to have a better road car to be serving as a most fine nostalgia race car ever yet from GT1. But better watch yourself, folks. Try not to avoid contact with the outside guardrail to receive a penalty. But there you go. One good push and go forward through on the gap distance around in 23 seconds. Got to stay behind on Ed Portilla with a 2015 Dodge Viper SRT GT3R. Just hold the line, got to do the inside, and avoid the contact when they're in outside. Okay, Portilla and Hazal is coming around side by side. Let's check the forecast on the radar. It's still around in sunny day, viewers. Just have to be on the lookout on partly cloudy within a few minutes. Okay, take my time. Just have to go back to the full straightaway and then do on lap number 3. It's only down to 21 seconds. I see Mendoza in the Aston Martin V12 Vantage GT3 2012. Got to get in there and just have the full straight overtake before approaches to head back on turn 2. This calls for overtake back. Come on, gonna have to stay on the inside apex. Hold the line and hold the gas straight to be upward and back in the tunnel. Just like that, and it's like playing Gran Turismo 1 all over again for the Dodge Viper with some custom parts and high-speed ring ever since to be well made by original until being put up with an extreme redesign. So if you ever think that you really need to use the Dodge Viper GTS 2002, then use it and race it at this track in the WTC 800. But it's all about to have a matter of strategy to stay hold the fuel in Lean 6 and proper settings that you have to get yourself organized. But the settings could be helpful and do some main proper attempts and practices to do some farming to get some more GT credits at any time. So I had to watch my 6 when direction is coming around in 6.8 foot squares. Got to catch up onto the C7 Corvette Group 3. Nicholas Papiller and T. Yamanaka to go side by side. Alright, very good to have the high gear to be up and running. Moving on to the 5th lap. 15 seconds to go. Got a good eye on Kei Kawakami. Got to keep a good steady line around in turn 1, then go apply overtake when going enter the headbacks at turn 2. Okay, there it goes. I just barely see one contact, but I just need to get focused to get there to catch up with some 3 more cars. Okay, status on the update for the lap time record is 1 minute, 8.607 seconds. Down to 12 seconds for the decimal of 0.3. Got to go offense, then moving up in lap number 6 by overtake Valio Gallo in the Honda NSX Group 3, then Koke Lopez and Emily Jones. Got to keep it together for my Dodge Viper. It's still very original and Gran Turismo's most strongest iconic race car of all time. .8 seconds remaining. 6 more Group 3 cars to go. Got to hold the line. Just have to be focused on Baspipir Boris. Okay, come on, come on. Gonna stay on him. Let's see how the fuel map is being checked. It's only down to 32%. But I still got enough time and just have to get there for only 1 Group 3 car at a time per every lap. So next up, Ryota Kokubun in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 Concept, Mazda Spirit Racing Variation. This could get tougher. Got to do the inside first and avoid caution. That's a very close call. Only 3.2 seconds. Now I see Angel Inestrosa in the Porsche 911 RSR, and Igor Fraka from Position 2 is currently to be using an Lexus RCF GT3 2017 to have his own variation. So whenever you really have to take one stop only, just be on the lookout, and there's Martin Grady at the pit for the soft racing compound tires. I'll have to be preferred to have leg number 2 to be on the lookout, and of course to have low percentage on the fuel. That's more like it. Get my UDRS Inspirtech Dodge Viper GTSR in the lead. Turn 2 will go tighter and caution. Okay, it's getting closer. All I can see rain forecast is be on the lookout up ahead by late. This will prefer to go in the middle of the race. First part in sunny day is almost done, and the pit stop we'll have to call right in to be settled by main recommend course. ETA right about now. Alright, gonna have to go by medium or soft tires, so I had to pick one at a time only and get this thing up and going for having 100% fuel. My team is ready and putting up on medium tire check. There we go. Same goes to Nicholas Rebiller. Got to hold down and get it 100% done. Good as new. Now for only 11 more laps to go. Back on the 16 and better grip on the traction to stay in main offense position. So I wonder how every Group 3 cars may be going a bit challenging with the Dodge Viper GTS as a race car version. Despite the tips to have some wide body kit and custom parts to be well converted and serving up to be labeled as a Group 3 substitute race car. But that's why it's very much more perfectly to see how one original Dodge Viper GTS-R race car from the 1990s by the late model, but still have a lot of potential and vintage to have some very good classic race car to this day since the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Okay, there might be some few other check on the weather radar. Light spot on the percentage doesn't hurt a thing. Ten more to go. Racing on the rush is still barely going on and on. Okay, gonna have to take a deep breath. Just try to be calm and try to be settled to get the main spot on the line. There it goes again. And Portilla is entering the pit. There we go, on the medium tires, then going up in position 5. Just have to get back up and be on the lookout. This is why I just had to be well deaccelerate when doing on turn 1 and 2. But the forecast is about to be yet changed to be coming around to have mostly sunny day with few clouds. Let's have a good check again on the field map. 69%. Okay, still might need to get in the fight. And Emily Jones in the Nissan GTR GT3 2018 GT Movie variation is still on the dirt. Igor Praga is at the pit. Now's my time and just kick it up into high gear. Only 8 more laps to go. Come on, I still barely have to do this. Just have to finish this race without getting caught in the rain condition in high-speed rain. Got to do the same pattern again and do a slow deacceleration and have more gap distance decrease a little bit and going up a bit more. It's only down to 11 seconds. Inestrosa is heading back to the pits. Same goes to Emily Jones. Almost to be at 50% to go. Moving up to the 13. Okay, Martin Grady is at second. I'll have to keep a good eye on Angel Inestrosa, as he's currently to be down on fourth by Basilio Gallo, overtake to be moving up in the third. Time to go by extra pit stop session to be on the lookout if I had to go for another round. But all bets are being pulled out to have one simple risk. Back on sector 3. Got to do that line here and going back to the pits. This time I'll have to be preferred to go by Racing Compound tires will be settled at the ready. Martin Grady could be quite very good to have the advantage when using the Audi R8 LMS Evolution 2019. He still has his favorite Group 3 car along with Basilio Gallo in a Honda NSX Group 3. Just have to wait for my Dodge Viper GTS 2002. We'll have to take a next round. Coming out at the pits, and let's show him what I have to do to embrace it to have some more cars by entered lap 14. Okay, gonna have to go by expect exercise caution. Got to slow down. Avoid contact with the other opponents. Got to do the inside apex to be safe and survive. Just wait for it. Going into the tunnel, Dan coming out. Okay, Martin Grady is at the pit for the second time. Now it's my chance. Then go for lap 15. 5 more to go, viewers. I can hardly wait. But I'm always have to let me to do the driving part. We'll have to stay focusing on the main course, and the corners itself is all about the strategy. So no sign of incoming rain at high-speed rain. That's good. But all the forecast is being perfectly to be around on sunny day, then just have the good matter of condition to be on the dusk. Almost there. Gonna have to keep going and stay dependent in the first position. But I know the concentration strategy and the opponents to be on 6 turns in HSR. New record set by the update, folks. 1 minute, 6.424 seconds is now going place on 15 lap. Got to switch it to the interior view. Okay, let's go, go, go. Get more defense to build up the gap and stay behind around in 8.5 seconds for myself. Just hold it steady. I can still do this, you guys. I had to be brave and race as a true competitive Gran Turismo player. Almost going back up in 10 seconds, and blue zone is about to be coming out by entered lap 17. Here comes the 20th position driver. I see Daniel Solis. I'll have to let him go first on turn 2. Just get that throttle up and good. This is about to get drawn near closer. Okay, avoid taking too much oversteer. Alright, there we go. No contact on the guardrail. That's safe for one piece. What a very good, excited Friday night, you guys. Well, just for me, because earlier Saturday we'll be doing much flying midnight of the course. Maybe I should really have to be preferred to do it on the right start on Fridays and Saturday in weekly challenges, but Wednesdays is very much original to be a very good start to be here since the introduction of Spec 2 Update. But very much more indeed to have some changes for Liberty Digital is now being put up on the rescheduled day for weekly challenges. But Friday was very awesome and very enjoyable, and Saturday we'll be doing much more great excited than the same. But I could probably have to do this all the time and get there by having one day and the party celebration to go for nighttime. But of course, tomorrow's GTWS Manufacturers Cup is about to be ready to go for round 2, but I still won't be here because I just really had to do some more major focusing on full walkthrough. We'll have to get more progress to be double up and get a check to be updated when I'm doing on live stream on the set. Focusing, concentration, and do some minor attempt at practices to have every part of the segment video per each clip. But duration will always have to go by reduced to have my channel to have a settled up industry for development. But be creative is the #1 best priority for only one UDRS operator to get this done. And it's about to get drawn closer to have the final lap, and I'm still in the lead. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The 19th lap is about to be finished and have the condition of time to go for only one late afternoon towards the early twilight. Lap 20, here I come, and blues out by overtake Mikhail Hisal in the Subaru WRX Group 3. Let's bring my Viper home and take it to the podium. Just watch the gap distance. It still have enough time and few opponents to be coming out exit on turn number 4. It all comes down to this. Just have one procedure turn on number 6. Avoid the contact and just make one final push. Yes, first place. That's green checkmark number 5, and it's finally done. Yeah, very good, and born to be faster as a true nostalgic Gran Turismo competitor. Now that's what I call good old-fashioned racing, to have real car into a fully race modification by over 23 minutes, 37.164 seconds. Fastest lap time I took in number 15 is 1 minute, 6.424 seconds. And for the few other opponents are about to be scrolled down and checked. And here we have position 18, 19, and 20 on Mikhail Hasal in the Subaru WRX Group 3, Simon Bishop in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3, and Daniel Solis in the Alfa Romeo 4C Group 3. New day, new schedule, and new set of challenges by old and new. High speed ring in WTC 800 is done and complete to have 240,000 Gran Turismo credit. But that's very good. And 5-star roulette ticket is being completed by weekly challenges, is now being quite good to be remarkable. And for the final thumbnail image on the replay, let's see. And just have the thumbnail image to go captured and go for only one lap at a time. Just have to pause right here. Just go closer and have this image on the image. Content replay saved, and just be on the lookout for some more upcoming content in the game later on in the future when I'm still working on progress. But development, and do some change up update for this video because it takes a lack of stress and have some hard thinking of focus by brainstorming. But in the end, it was a very good remarkable challenges to have the Tourist Trophy by the return as a special event for a limited time, along with Sunday Cup Classic at Tsukuba Circuit, plus to have 3 events in Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600 at Mount Panorama, American Clubman Cup 700 at Trial Mountain Circuit, and WTC 800 at High Speed Ring. A good cheers for having a new data schedule, and the 3rd week of March in weekly challenges is all done. And for the reward challenge to be heading back to the GT Garage, this will have to take 300,000 Gran Turismo credit in 2 types of credit ticket, and 5-star will be ready to go. Let's collect with some good earnings, filling out onto the current balance. That's 47 million, and adding up 220,867 credits. Got to open up to have a 5-star ticket, and let's see. Give me some good fortune of luck. Alright, the Pescia Vision Gran Turismo Group 3. Acquired and added to the garage for having 1 index of a collection. But, even so, I should probably have to keep this one to have a livery variation to be using on custom race. It's already stored in the garage. Now, let's have some 6-star roulette ticket by completing a menu. I'll have to open up. Give me some good fortune. 2 Vision Gran Turismo and 3 types of credit. Alright. 500,000 GT credits. I'll have to add it to my current balance, and almost there in 48 million. So folks, real car only, and 1 Dodge Viper GTS is now being served to become as a race car variation for my very own UDRS Inspirtech livery. So I really bet that could be quite giving some very good thrill and much more enjoyable without having one race car at high speed ring. But after all, any kinds of road car can enter at any time. Friday we'll have to go all the way for every week, and that's why we just have ourselves for a new return of the opportunity, just like the original whenever we have to do early start on Thursday before having some changes to be doing by reschedule. But I kinda like it, but Friday's weekly challenges is very much more excited and much more enjoyable, just like having an early start to be on Thursday by having a normal type of schedule. But in the end, deadline to be served on Wednesday and just have to go moving up to Thursday. It all makes sense, so we had to be sure to be here on time on Friday before we had to get started on every part of the weekly challenges to be either on any events to be using on road car and race car. But look at the time, folks. Saturday is already here and Friday was very much more enjoyable. But I'll have to wrap this up before at the end of the video until I'll have to be moving up and continue on in race number 6 in Group 1 Prototype Series at Grand Valley Highway 1. Thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out, all of my screenshot images on UDRS Insportec, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may ever welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean, and have a good night.